Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GPWS. In this episode, we're going to be continuing with the Westclox orbs, so let's go.
Talk tick, talk tick, talk tick.
Well, now it's almost 12 o'clock and I'm here in the studio. Should I stay or go back home? I don't know what to do. One thing that I know for sure, that girl and I are through. Still hearing tick-tock, tick, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick, tick-tock, tick.
Talk tick, talk tick, talk tick.
Tick-tock.
Now, we discovered in the last episode that you can get these things apart with a pin punch and hopefully get them back together the right way. We'll have to see where that leads us. And there's also a bunch of dirt and all sorts of stuff that gets caught up in there. I know it's not focusing, but you can see the black mass on my toothpick there. So we're just going to be getting that off in this part. It's funny how Westclox was doing these rotors in the 50s. I mean, well, actually, just the clocks in general. I mean, you could tell there was, as that one video, The History of Revere and Telecron Electric Clocks, and I'm making this worse. The end was in the 50s, or at least it was starting to become the end in the 50s. These were the last really great ones, and then it, of course, carried over into the 60s. At least, this is for electric clocks, not mechanical. The 50s was really the last kind of stronghold, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this needs to be cleaned out better. Okay, we're gonna do that. Do this, and cleaned out better. I'm gonna put that in the ultrasonic cleaner. So that's what we're gonna do with the well, that part of it. Whoops. I don't know if that's not the rotor. No, this is the rotor, isn't it? This side of it. I don't know what part is technically which here. I don't know if these have actual straight up names or something. I mean, they must have names, but they've been lost to time, or at least lost to my knowledge here. Yeah, as you can see, there's all sorts of stuff coming out of this thing. I'm gonna try and stick the pin punch in this thing, and maybe that'll do it. Where's the pin punch at? Oh, I left it in the garage. Jeez. Well, okay. I guess we're gonna have to go with the toothpicks for now. Yeah, there's stuff coming out of here. This thing was really due for a service anyway. And speaking of service, as you know, you can't really service these clocks because, well, as I explained in the last one, they're all pressed together, sort of. They are, but they aren't. They've got bendable tabs that you need to bend to take them apart. And you can, I mean, I believe it was 2018 when I tried to take the orb apart. I didn't do this on camera, by the way, viewers. And it was just starting to turn into a mess. And I just said, you know what, let's not bother with that. So let's just get all this out of here. There we go. That's more progressive on this. I don't know what I was doing fumbling around with a toothpick when I really should have just been doing this. Okay. There we go. The point of this whole thing, viewers, is to show that these clocks, these electric Westclox from the 50s, I'm not saying all 50s electrics are difficult to service, but these are. They don't seem to be very user-friendly. I know this one, I mean, this one's better than some of the others, but it's not great. Like, I mean, if it was really great, you'd be able to get the gears apart, which, I mean, you can, I guess, but going back together, that's going to be an absolute nightmare. So, okay, well, I think that I'll give it one more run around with the, where is it, the toothpicks, and then we'll just, I think we'll put the rest of the parts in the ultrasonic cleaner and give that a little spin, because those pieces definitely need more of a clean than I'm providing here. Okay, we're getting a lot of stuff out of there. And really, that's what's great about working on newspaper, viewers. You can just you know, get it in there or get something on there and just wipe it off right next to it. If that makes any sense. And there's a lot of old gunk in there. Too bad I couldn't drop this thing in the ultrasonic cleaner, hey? But it's electric, so you can't. Okay, viewers, the ultrasonic cleaner is ready to go. So we're gonna put our components in here. We're gonna take this piece here with its little washer on the arbor there, put that in the mineral spirits. Put this little gear in there as well. And we're also gonna throw in, because we're using the ultrasonic cleaner, we might as well do this anyway. For the Graphenola Cervisola going on my other channel, we're gonna throw 2 phonograph parts in here. And we're also gonna throw in the worm gear from this clock, which I think was covered in a previous, I don't know, it might have been covered, it might not have, but this is part of it. That's part of the orb. So, you know, I'll just put the top on this thing. And then you just prop the container in there somehow. And then since we're not using the heating element, we'll just use this. Okay, viewers, so our parts are out of the ultrasonic cleaner and it's time to put them back together. So the first thing we'll do while going about lubricating this thing is I see there was some grease or something up in this spot here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of something in there. I think this might be a bit much. I'm actually gonna get that off there. It's a little bit too much grease. I don't know what, I guess it'll just all go in here. Or something like that. Whoops. Here, I need to do a better job here, viewers. Okay, this dab here is too much, but we're gonna put some of that on there. Oh, we don't want to getting stuck in there. And I think that right there might be enough. If I just kind of put this in and around, slide on there. There we go. I don't know what precisely oils they were using at Westclox, but whatever it was, it didn't last. And I thought there was some sort of debate going on, or not really a debate, but some sort of point or something that modern lubricants and stuff last longer because they're synthetic. I don't think synthetic lubrication existed back then, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that, viewers. I don't know. Anyway, for the next part, or little, I guess, piece we're going to lubricate is the arbor of the rotor. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my trusty Mobil OW-40 motor oil, get a paintbrush, dip it in the cap, and then just do this with it. Kind of surround it like this with the Mobil oil. Oh, that's too much. There's too much there. No worry, that's what Q-tips are for. I don't want to completely oversaturate this thing and just completely turn it into a gummy-filled mess here. Okay. I think that'll be just fine right there. So just, oh yeah, we gotta get the washer on. That's a crucial point of this. Okay, the washer is now on. And yeah, we'll just put it on like this. I guess this is really the only way I can see, whoops, it going all together. Well, that's making no sound at all. That's good. As oil often does when you first put it on something, it's very, very smooth. So now we'll go back to the garage, whatever you want to call it, and put this little gear on. One thing that's kind of annoying me, viewers, is the fact that it's got all these grease stains and all this crap. Well, what do? Oh, throw that in the ultrasonic cleaner. Well, obviously you can't because it's an electrical component. And since this doesn't come apart, it's an incredible pain to clean. These really were not meant to be cleaned or really serviced. So it's kind of a miracle we even were able to do this at all. Okay, so we're back in the garage. Put our little cullet on there, I guess. It'll just go on. Which way does this thing go on? Goes on like this with that kind of sticking out portion there facing the bottom. So that'll go on there like that. Let me just get that on there a little bit. There we go. And when you're hammering things back together, and this was another good point by OK Bridges, put some sort of scrap piece of aluminum or something there so you're not just hammering the whole thing directly. So this is a top plate of a Style 9 Big Ben here, and as you can see, it's basically identical to the top plate in the Style 8. It's even got that stupid spring there, which you shouldn't remove. The only difference between the Style 9, well, there are other differences, but the main difference between the plates anyway is the fact that this was riveted together, and I'm not going to say how this came apart, but it wasn't pretty. So one thing I did last time as well, I did overkill with the hammer, looking back at the video, so I'm just going to give this a few taps, not like 30. How are we doing? Okay, that might even be enough right there. Okay, viewers, when you're doing this, I pointed out earlier in the series that you need to have, there's a little bit of play in this, and as you can see, there's no play here, so I need to fix that, and there needs to be a bit of play in this thing for this to work right. So we'll just take our pin punch again, put it in there, give a very light tap, and I think that's all we need to do right there. Yeah, there's a bit of play in this now. So it needs to be like that. There we go. Let me try and run this thing now. Oh yeah, and by the way, without the play, this thing won't start right, or at least it'll, you know, it'll do like this, how you saw earlier in the series. So yeah, we'll try and run this now, see what it does. And there it goes, an immediate startup, just how it's supposed to be. So here we are a few hours later, and we're running just fine. Honestly, you can hear that baby Ben over there ticking more than you can hear this. Now, I don't know who remembers this room from 2018, but this is the room transitioning my, this door goes from my kitchen down to the basement. So there's the staircase there. Now, I was thinking what I'd do with this area, and I know this is completely off topic, I don't know. Make it some sort of Westclox display area or something like that. I was given free range over this area, so that's why I'm sort of allowed to do this. And as you can see, I've got sort of a, well, it's hardly completed here, but it's sort of a mock window display. I've got my 1950s travel alarm here, and I've got some, I got a red sheet, and I got styrofoam under here to give the sheet shapes. Now, this was common in not only clocks, but I've seen this in other window displays from the 20th century. They have a sheet and they have something under the sheet to give it some sort of shape. And especially this right here, this could be like this little shot you're seeing here. This could be straight out of some sort of advertisement or something. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about here, but anyway, I've seen this sort of sheet. Probably blocks of wood at the time. I doubt it was styrofoam. Sheet with whatever sort of framework underneath for window displays and whatever else they were using these types of things for. So I don't know. I've been given domain over this area, so I'm doing what I want with it. So anyway, this is where, and I believe in 2018 I said I'd have some dollar watches hanging up here. That hasn't happened yet, but there's more to come with that. But anyway. What I've done in the meantime, obviously, though, is put all the clocks waiting to be serviced here. And of course, there's the baby Ben we were working on. And of course, when all these clocks are actually running, they'll be put back here, and suddenly this room will be filled with running alarm clocks. It's going to be quite the task to wind them up, but I'm sure I can do it. So, I don't know if this clock is going to be staying in this spot or not. This seems to be the highest the cord goes. And I can't get it like up here or something like that, because A, that's too high, and B, the cord's not long enough for that. So yeah, that's the end of that. So viewers, the clock seems to be running pretty decent right now. And if it ever has another problem, I'll make a video on it. But if it doesn't, you probably won't see this clock for a while. So anyway, viewers, I hope you enjoyed this little two-part series here. It wasn't 15 parts like the last one. But, you know, the numbers vary with these sort of situations. Anyways, viewers, I thank you for sticking around and watching this, and we'll leave this clock here for now.